Bloodborne, the next installment of the Souls series, the PlayStation 4's first taste of From Software's unique brand of game design. This game has been praised from all corners of the game community for being a great Souls game, but also a fantastic horror game. But I want to focus on very small aspects of the game that I don't feel work that well. So as the title of the video told you, I'm going to nitpick aspects of Bloodborne that I don't feel work well. I just said that. Another note, I will only be nitpicking things that I have gotten from offline experience. I am aware of how the invasion system and how people don't like it, but I wouldn't feel comfortable criticizing something I haven't experienced. Anyways, let's go into nitpicking Bloodborne. This is a controversial nitpick, but I don't like how the game teaches you to level up. I understand the point of the Souls game is that they don't tell you anything and you have to figure it out, but I would have liked it if the game gave me a hint like, the madness will make you stronger. I'm putting a slight nitpick, and probably my own personal bias, because it's a part of the game's design, so I don't mind it as much. I also don't like how you do gestures in Bloodborne. This is a big thing that I really do not like. I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong or the DualShock isn't reading my gestures, but I wish that you didn't need motion controls to do gestures, because a DualShock is not a Wiimote. I don't know how it handled for the PS3 with Dark Souls, but the way Bloodborne handles it is so poorly. I don't know why they haven't released a patch where you can just use the X button and mess with the D-pad. This is certainly one of my least favorite parts of the game. This nitpick is going to be an unusual nitpick, but I don't like how the game will expect you to die. Now, let me explain. At the beginning of the game, you face against an injured Scourge Beast. I usually run away to the nearest land, but From Software put this beast as they expected the player to die. Now, of course, this game is all about teaching you through death, but I feel it's a bit too presumptuous of itself that you will die a lot, like its reputation is death-worthy. Like Miyazaki is the Reaper, and we should fear him. Oh, don't fear the Reaper, he will take you blind. Miyazaki-san, he's the Reaper. Give us your money. I definitely do not like the way you warp between areas. In the previous Souls game, all you had to do was pick a bonfire and warp. But now you have to warp to the Hunter's Dream and choose where you want to warp. And unless you like traveling across the world where you're likely to get hurt by the respawning monsters, you have to do this. This is one design aspect I do not understand. But at least I get to see my waifu. Dull waifu is best waifu! Here's a nitpick that all of you have been waiting on. Remember how bad Sonic 06's load times were? I sure don't, because I never had an Xbox 360 or PS3. But I'm going to assume you do anyway. Well, Bloodborne is highly reminiscent of that. Thankfully, a patch was released that shortened the load times and added little notes about items to read about. Sometimes I think they're still very long, and a lot of times I'm annoyed by the repeating items. And a short note before I give my closing thoughts on Bloodborne. I've noticed there's more pop-in the more I go through the game. I think it starts in the Cathedral Ward, but I can't be sure. I get random pop-in as I travel that area. Back to the review. Some of you may be wondering, why am I nitpicking Bloodborne? Because Bloodborne is an awesome game that's been covered by nearly every corner of the internet, from VatiVidya to Fungo to far-fetched reviews and even Sunburn Albino. And I would feel a review would be saying what others would have already said, and I like doing things differently from other people. Anyways, despite the negatives of what I've said, Bloodborne is still an amazing game. I would even go as far as say it's the best game out there on the PS4. Oh god, it's the Last of Us fanboys and fangirls! Run! Save yourselves! Defend me, Miyazaki-sensei!